What up, Dokkanners? We received a fat global W in this most recent data download. Not only do we know what's coming up for Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, but we also were given tickets, not just for the Gamma summons, but also for something coming up next. This basically soft confirms the next Dokkan Fest coming to global, and I think you know what I'm talking about based on the thumbnail. So with that said, let's check out all of the stuff coming up in this data download. Big shout out to my boy Proton for all things data download. Give him a follow on Twitter at Proton10MG. And by the way, y'all have been killing it with the Proton follows. Can y'all do me a favor and follow me on Twitter as well? I'm trying to hit 20K on Twitter. And yeah, make sure to follow me on Twitter as well. I post some cool memes and funny stuff once in a while. Also, this is the best way to stay up to date with all of my Twitch live streams. Sometimes if things come up or if there's some schedule changes, I will let you guys know primarily on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter. And also, Truth and Goresh like to bully me a lot on Twitter. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitter so you guys can check out all that good stuff. Okay, thank you. So now let's take a look at the data download info. We got Gamma 1, Gamma 2. We got Physical Angel Deborah. Actually, you know what? Let me just mention one thing about Deborah. Deborah's drop rate is atrocious. Not the unit itself, but the metal. I don't know if you guys have been working on this over the past day or so, since this just came out last night. The Deborah Halloween special unit is it's very easy to get in terms of the SSRs, but in terms of the metals, don't do it because it is not designed that way. In fact, you need 104 metals to awaken the Deborah, which is a lot, but you can already get them through your missions. By completing stage 1 once, 3 times, 5 times, 7 times, 10 times, you will get all the metals that you need to awaken the Deborah. And if you're trying to preemptively Dokkan responsibly, which is what I decided to do for this one, don't do that because the drop rate is so low and so infrequent, it is going to take you a very long time to accumulate a second set of 104 metals. They only cover you for the first set of 104. So if you guys are trying to get that extra SA5 for free for that eventual EZA, you have a full year. You don't have to worry about this right now. Eventually, they might even tweak the drops on this event, just like they did recently for the Candy VEGETA event in this most recent iteration of the Halloween celebration. So I would urge you guys to maintain that level of fervor in terms of Dokkanning responsibly. Save it, use it for something else, and come back to this next year when they probably readjust and make it better. Because right now, it is not a good idea. I burned through 2 full sets of stamina bars, consisting of about 345 stamina. I only got to like 40 metals, which is just terrible. So don't waste all that stamina. Don't do that to yourself. Anyway, let's continue here. We got the EZA for Hachan Android 17, Awakening and EZA for Super Strike AGL Pycon. Hopefully these guys are decent. I'm not going to waste time in this video talking about that. Hopefully you guys have already checked it out. If not, I will talk about it on the live stream later on tonight, because I will be going live later on tonight for the Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 banner. This is going to be dropping later on tonight. Make sure you guys subscribe, notification bells are turned to all so that you don't miss those summons. If you guys are thinking about summoning or maybe not summoning, if you watch me summon, then you can live vicariously through me. If my summons are good, maybe you summon a little bit. If my summons are terrible, maybe you don't. So hopefully that can help you out. Anyway, we got the Awakening for Super Strike Pycon, a new challenge special events. This is of course referring to the Cell Max. Cell Max is now achievable. You can conquer Cell Max with the help of Special Pose and Artificial Life Forms. Those two categories get a significant boost on that event. We also got tickets and we got treasure items. Now for the tickets, this is the big global W because number one, we're getting tickets, but on top of that, we are getting 2 tickets. We are getting Justice Incarnate and we are getting Dokkan Festival tickets. Now my gut initial reaction was that this is going to be the Pilaf Trove. You buy these tickets and you can summon basically without spending any Dragon Stones, but you got to pay a little bit, got to pay a little moolah. And then the Dokkan Festival tickets would be given to you from your summons. Like you summon a little bit, you get some tickets back, which then you can redeem. That is in fact not the case. So for those of you who might have been thinking that as well, it is not in fact the case. This is the Dokkan Festival ticket for the next celebration, because we do have another celebration that is coming up. And unfortunately, or I guess depending on how you look at it, fortunately or unfortunately, it is going to be Trunks and Vegeta, because these tickets are in fact thank you celebration tickets. The same thing happened last year around the same time, where the expiration date was around early December. That is exactly the candidate for the Dokkan Thank You Countdown Special Missions. That is basically what is going on here. So that is the reason why this asset is in the data download. Otherwise, they wouldn't have had this as part of this little dump here. They would have had this as part of something else. But because this is releasing in this little data download, that means we are going to be earning these tickets, but they will have nothing to do with this current celebration. They are for the next one. And they wouldn't do these types of missions so early if it wasn't for a big celebration like the Thank You. The Thank You celebration is a bigger celebration. The dates extend a little bit further than your conventional Dokkan Fest. So that basically confirms that we are in fact getting Trunks and Vegeta coming up next, because this is the Thank You celebration for 2022. So now, not only do global players have to worry about Gamma 1, Gamma 2, Soon after, we will be summoning for the Trunks and Vegeta. In terms of the date, I imagine the only possible change would be that they maybe push this back by a week, since they also pushed this banner back by a week than what I had previously anticipated. So if this is going to be going on until the 11th, maybe this one starts around a similar time. It's going to be a little bit of a cluster F for global players, as I've mentioned before, because they're trying to integrate some of the superhero stuff while also maintaining the normal schedule for global. It's going to be pretty tough. So you're going to have to make some cuts, players. If you guys are free to play, low spending budget players, you're going to have to make some cuts on some of these banners, because there's no way that you can earn enough stones for free to summon on all of these different banners at a decent amount and get all the units that you want, unless you have the godliest luck in the world, which just won't hold out the entire way through. We've got Gamma 1, Gamma 2, Thank You Celebration soon after, maybe even Part 2 being Fusion Zamasu, or maybe they do the whole like random Part 2 thing. We don't know yet. Fusion Zamasu could end up showing up. And then we got Dragon Ball Heroes. This obviously doesn't pertain to as many of you guys, but there is a good chunk of you who still want to summon on Dragon Ball Heroes, myself included, because I'm so excited for the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s. These 3 banners are going to be happening within like essentially a month's time span. That's a lot, right? And then on top of that, who knows when we're going to be getting Gohan, Beast, and Orange Piccolo. So you guys are going to have to make a judgment call here. In terms of playing it safe, if you're trying to play it safe, the best thing you could do is skip Gamma, and if you are so inclined, maybe even skip the Trunks and Vegeta. Trunks and Vegeta returns around early 2023. I think it's around like February, March-ish, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So if you want to, that could be a course of action, simply because the supporting cast for these banners are not the greatest. Out of these 2 banners, I would argue that while the Trunks and Vegeta is the bigger get, these units featured on the Gamma 1, Gamma 2 banner are a little bit better. Ultimate Gohan, if you're a veteran player, you probably have this guy rainbowed inside out. And the Android 1718, fantastic units. These 2 units are great. The rest of them are old, outdated, need EZAs. Whereas on the Trunks and Vegeta side, you got Gogeta, who's, you know, decent. But then after that, everybody else is duty, right? You got Burger King Goku here. You got Goku Black, who is just dying for an EZA. All these other units are old also and also need some EZAs, but they're not the type of units you want to be summoning at this point, given that we're in the 200% meta now. So there is a valid justification for skipping both, but I know it's going to be tough for people to do that. So it is honestly up to you to decide which one you want to summon, which one you want to skip. And then just remember that these guys could be coming back soon on Gohan Beast, and these guys could be coming back as early as like early 3rd of the 2023, something like that. So little perspective there for you. But you're going to have to ultimately decide. So these tickets will be coming in. You can't use them yet, but these missions, shout out to Proton once again. Some of these missions are clear any stage 2 times. You can also get them from this, logging in for 7 days total in part 1, and then part 2 also logging in for 7 days. Those will be the missions where you can earn those Dokkan Festival tickets. Aside from that, we are getting these fleshy pachinko thingies. Anything else in here worth noting? All these assets are simply just being updated. Oh, you know what? Why is this guy here? Oh, you know what? It's for the Path to Ultimate Power. It's basically like a tour of the memories of Gohan and Piccolo. So they're talking about the Universe 6 event, Deborah, there's Gamma 1, Gamma 2, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, I don't really know what else to tell you guys. Best of luck to all of you trying to manage your stones, trying to work your way through this. Just remember, there's no shame in skipping, because after all of these are done, wherever Gohan Beast shows up, we'll also have the Kid Goku to deal with. We'll have Resurrection F at some point. And don't forget, for those new players who are just starting to really get into Dokkan, the New Year step up shows up around on the New Year. But this step up has some of the best value in the entire game, especially for new players. So if you guys really want to get the most bang for your buck, this is going to be one of those banners that you might want to be saving for. So it all depends on where you are financially, where you are in terms of the game, but it is going to be a jungle to the finish trying to get through all of this stuff. So I wish you all the best of luck, and I will see you on later tonight for my summons. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below and let me know in the comments, does this new revelation that Trunks and Vegeta are coming up next change your outlook on your summons? If you had to rank these 3 banners, Gamma 1, Gamma 2, Trunks and Vegeta, and Dragon Ball Heroes, how would you personally rank those 3 banners in terms of must summon and not really summoning? So let me know your outlook for the rest of this little cluster F in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let you know going to see more of my stuff doing. Thanks again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.